Hello Edmonton, my name is Joanne and I'm here to tell you all about raising hens in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. In this video, we'll be talking about types of feed forms and waterers for your birds. There are three main types of feed forms: mash, pellet, and crumble. Mash is finely ground feed. Now, particle size for this one is very important because if it's too small, birds won't eat it. And if it's too big, then birds will just pick the pieces that they want and leave out the other stuff. This may result in birds with nutrient deficiency due to the unbalanced diet. Pellets are large size feed. A pellet is just mash compressed together, so all the rations are digestible. And since everything is bound together, it makes sure that a bird has a more balanced diet. This type of feed is recommended for growing and adult birds, but they can be a little bit too big for really small chicks. Crumble is pellet-sized feed. What it is just pellets in crumble form, and it's usually recommended for baby chicks at the first week or two of life. And now for special foods, grit and scratch. Grit consists of crushed limestone and granite. It helps the birds because it grinds the feed, and it comes in various different shapes and sizes. Crushed oyster shell is an example of a grit, and they're usually offered as a first choice for hens that are laying eggs because they contain a lot of calcium and can help with egg formation. Scratch is a treat consisting of different grains with different sizes and particles. They're usually given to adult birds and accompanied with grit. They're usually just scattered all over the floor so chickens can scratch and find them. Now on to feeding strategies. Each chicken type has their own variation on how much they want to eat. Heritage birds, for example, tend to not overeat and they tend to be more active than commercial meat birds. Since the city of Edmonton only allows you to have hens as young as 16 weeks, you should be starting with a grower diet. And if you're using layer hens, make sure you change to a layer diet at 19 weeks. Make sure you store your feed in mouse-proof containers in a cool, dry place. Now we're going to talk about water. So as chickens grow, it is important to adjust the waterer height to the head level of the chicken. This is to stimulate the natural way that chickens drink by stretching their necks. Water can be supplied to a chicken in a variety of ways. One of them is the nipple drinker. Now, the nipple drinker is most commonly used in poultry barns because it provides a clean option for water, and it's also easily adjustable in terms of chicken height. Another one is the bell drinking system. So the bell drinking system is an open water system, which allows birds to easily find water, but the only downside is that it can be easily contaminated. Some urban hen keepers use a heated water bowl with sort of a lid covering the top. Now this is good for several reasons. Firstly, it's an open water system so chickens have access to water easily. Secondly, it's heated so it prevents freezing over the winter. And thirdly, the lid helps prevent dust and litter and all that kind of things from getting in. The most important thing when selecting your type of drinker is to reduce your high moisture content. Now this is because your high moisture content in your litter mixed with manure can cause a series of problems, such as higher levels of ammonia in your coop, which negatively impacts the air, or foot health problems, or higher levels of humidity, which can negatively impact your flock health. Therefore, it is important to establish a routine cleaning system. Just some simple things like removing visible contaminants in the water, or using an open water system to change the water twice daily. Just little things like that to help improve your flock health. Well, that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed watching and learned a thing or two about hen keeping in Edmonton. Special thanks to the Poultry Research Centre and the Government of Alberta for the information provided in their manual, Raising Chickens in Alberta. I didn't get to cover table food or other types of food that you should or should not give to your chickens. Like cat food. Don't give cat food to your chickens, or raw potatoes, or avocados. But I did include a table from the manual Raising Chickens in Alberta, and I put it all in the description box below. This includes the feeding schedule that we talked about today, as well as a list of all the toxic wild plants you can find in Alberta, especially if you allow your chickens to roam around your backyard. The handout is a summary of the manual itself, but if you'd like to find out more, you can download the manual online. Thanks everyone!